All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the New York session. I hope you're doing well. So we do have dollar index as our first pair to look at, and so far it looks like price is reversing as we anticipated. It actually went deeper than I expected. All right, it went all the way down to the 70.5 level, and that is where we've rejected. So this morning I was actually looking at the last up candle prior to the move down into the fair value gap, and we've broken it during the London session. So we are now back up in business. So let me remove this drawing. We are now back up in business. Price is now gonna go all the way back up to previous week high. That would be the drawn liquidity and the levels that we've been anticipating so far. So let me remove that one and anchor this one here. Synchronize that. So that is where price is gonna go between now and next week. So going into next week will be a very good trading. We will have a very good trading next week, simply because we will expect price to basically go up on on the dollar index, and if dollar goes up, the other currencies are gonna go down. Okay, so expect that going forward. Okay, give me 1 second. I was just sharing the link for some friends to come and watch. Okay, so as I was saying, with this rejection here, and I like it because we've actually also gone through the gap down. So this is a powerful this is a powerful pattern, very powerful pattern over here. When we gap, let me talk about it. When we gap up or down, example, if price is going up like this, and then we open and then we gap up, okay, so gap means price will be here and then we open there, so there's no candles in here. That's what we call a gap. Okay, so that gap, not a fair value gap. I'm not talking about a fair value gap. Fair value gap is different. This one is a volume imbalance. In technical terms, we call it a volume imbalance. There's absence of candles, so there's absence of volume in here. Okay, but the normal common terminologies out there, if one is not in the smart money community, they call it a gap. Okay, so this is a volume imbalance or gap. If we do this and price is going up, what usually price will do is it will come back to it and then resume going up. The opposite is true when you're going down and we gap down. Price will come back to it and then go down. If for whatever reason price does not come back to it and go down and break through it, that's a powerful sign of a reversal. The same way, if price going up and then we gap up and we don't do this and we go through it, that's a powerful sign of reversal. Price will come back here and then go down. Price will come back here and then go up. Okay, so what we are currently seeing is a powerful pattern that causes price to reverse. So this gap, okay, it's a powerful one that price will go up. Okay, so if we pull back, price will find support here and then resume going up. Okay, so that's the dollar index for you. Let me put this line right here. That's the previous day's low. Okay, so they've swept previous day's low and then rejected. With this up candle coming up like this, next week Monday, the weekly profile will be ideally Monday will not go down, Tuesday will not go down. It will just be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday going up, something like that, because we don't need to go down anymore. Why? We've already got to discount. Okay, so why is price gonna come back down again? It has no reason to come back down again. Okay, so we're expecting higher prices. The opposite is true for euro. So euro will also be going down. We are gonna come back down to attack this equal low. I think I spoke about it yesterday, that due to the nature of how this equal low has been engineered, when we start going down, this would be a good pair to actually look into. So maybe not today, because today is Friday, but next week, Monday, between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any fair value gap that is created, hopefully they will create one today. I don't want to see them go all the way down back here to this low today. That would be not good. Okay, that would be not good. So I want to see price continue going down. I want to see price continue going down from maybe this low, pull back, and then we continue going down. All right, so euro, don't sell today. If you do sell today, you have to protect yourself up here. Okay, because if you leave your stop loss anywhere in here, next week they can pull back to it and then continue going down. So place your stop loss up here and then let price continue going down. GU, I think GU is the best one as well. The reason why I like GU is because if you look at the euro, okay, we went straight up like this and then we're going down. So this is like we call it a train track. It goes up and then it goes down. The train track like this, up and then down. Okay, that's a train track reversal. But we also have the breaker reversal, which is this one here, and that is what British pound has done. So if you look at British pound, we have this high, this low, this high, and then we've broken down. Okay, now I prefer that kind of reversal because they've taken liquidity above the previous day's high and rejected, and that leaves behind a fair value gap. So that fair value gap was an entry. This is your entry with stop loss, and then it start going down. So as it stands, price will come for this low. It will trade here. Actually, first target will be here. So 1.33703. That's where price is drawn to, and so that trade shorting opportunity is here with first target here, and then the rest will continue going down to other targets here. So next week that will be where I expect price to go to. We might get some problems over here. So if you do sell, make sure when you get here you take some profit, because we have this up candle that can act as a breaker, okay, and maybe a pullback can happen over there. So as price is dropping, make sure that if you sell, you take something off here, okay, and then the rest you're gonna take most of it here, because this low was run before going up. So we also have same pattern down here, hence price is gonna pause maybe here. If we can break through this low, then we will resume going down all the way down to that equal low once this low is broken, okay. All right, so that is that for the euro, the British pound. So 1.33, that's the first New York session gap. All right, it's very close to this, so you decide whether you want to take it here or there. If we are here doing a kill zone, so if we are here doing maybe a London session or a New York session, then you take it there. But if, let's say for example, they get here during Asia, okay, maybe Asia session Monday, Asia session, or Tuesday Asian session, then they're here, then obviously you can leave it to go to the next one, because price will only move during the kill zone. So they might go down one more, and then during the kill zone, which is London, that is when maybe a pullback will happen, okay. So that is that. Euro, there's nothing until down here, so there's much room on euro to go down to this level, which is 1.15977, okay, 1.15977. that will be the drawn liquidity. But since this did not have a run below the previous week low, price will go for the equal low rather. However, it's always best to take something off. It's always best to pay yourself as a trader. So don't hold on to the trade to expect that equal low to be taken. Take something off first and let the rest go. Sometimes pullbacks can happen. So when pullbacks happens, you can add to your position. All right. So for example, if price gets below this low, a pullback might happen, and then you add a position to it. Maybe in future I'll talk about pyramiding. Pyramiding means that as price goes down, you sell every fair value gap, every order block. What that means is, as price is going down like this, if we have an up candle, you sell it. If we pull back to it, you sell it. But your positioning, you keep decreasing your position. So the first sell will be your highest sell. So maybe you're gonna go 0. And I'm talking about smaller accounts here. Let's say you go 0.3 20 up here, then it will create, let's say, a fair value gap like it's currently doing. So next candle will do something like this, okay, and then it will create a fair value gap, and then price will pull back to it. Here you're gonna sell 0.10, and then we go down, and then maybe you create it will create an order block, then you pull back to the order block, then you sell 0.05. okay, that's what we call pyramiding. So every PD array, every reference point that is left behind, you kind of take a position, but you keep reducing the sizes. Okay, so if we are going here, if we create any order block, any fair value gap, if we pull back to it, you can add to your position, but you're gonna reduce the lot size. Okay, so that's what we call pyramiding, like this. So this will be the biggest, and then you keep reducing until it gets here, or until it gets to that equal low. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, so that is that for the euro and the British pound. Euro pound, amazing. Yesterday price came, took out the previous day's low, and then rejected, and as it was rejecting, I actually got in right here. Now I spoke about this in a session that I had with my students, that whenever we are taking liquidity, okay, when we take liquidity, because liquidity is below and above swing highs and swing lows, so there's a swing low here, and then took it right now. As they took the liquidity, the very first next candle, because this is gonna close immediately above, the very first next candle, which is this one, you can buy it, because the idea is when you buy that, the candle will not come and touch the candle's high, this candle's high. It will not come and touch it, which will eventually leave a fair value gap. So that can be your first entry, and then you let price go to wherever it's going. So the first target was obviously here, which that has been achieved. Then we expect them to continue going to, I think that is over there. Okay, so that is where I think price is going. This happening now, to me, that is basically a pullback. Price is gonna continue going higher going into next week. Okay, so next week I'll be expecting higher prices on this pair. Yeah, now you can leave this and then focus on the euro or pound. It's up to you. Okay, you don't have to necessarily take all of them. As a matter of fact, it's not healthy to take all of them. Okay, let's go to gold. Okay, so gold, I think we've smashed all the profit levels that I gave this week. Now, today being Friday, there's a probability that price might not continue going up, because price doesn't go up in a straight line like this. I think this is extremely rare cases. Now, there are some people that, you know, are finding trading gold very easy. Fortunately or unfortunately, price doesn't do this. Okay, you get it every now and then. Now, let me say this: every year, okay, every year, there's this type of move that happens somewhere. Okay, every year, there's this type of move, this huge move that happens somewhere. This year, it's happening on gold. Okay, it doesn't happen on every currency, but every year there's a currency or there's something that moves like this. Usually, when I talk about maybe the other cross pairs, where is that coming from? When I talk about cross pairs, I have a topic called the mega trade, or my mentor taught a topic called mega trades or mega trend. So mega trends happens when you have a currency, two opposite currencies, one is going down and one is going up. I think I've not really talked about futures market or futures currencies much, but when you look at the futures currencies, I still have them. Let me go here and bring them up so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you look at the futures, the currencies, right, you might see maybe euro being bullish or bearish. All right, let's look at quickly, because I think I'm in the mood right now too. I'm in the mood to teach. Okay, I haven't taught on YouTube in a long time. I think usually I come in and I do quick analysis and then we're off. But today is Friday. I think I feel like I want to talk. So here we do have euro, right? We have British pound. We have the Australian dollar. We have the New Zealand dollar. This is not the currency pairs. Okay, these are futures. So these are just the currency itself. So this is not Euro USD. This is just Euro. This is just the British pound. It's not GBP USD. This is Australian dollar. This is not AUD USD. And this is Canadian dollar. This is not USD CAD. These are the individual currencies. Okay. So if you look at, for example, a pair like this one, this is New Zealand dollar. Okay, look how bearish it is. Notice how bearish it is. Okay, now if I was to quickly disconnect symbols, let's activate the time, so the time will be the same. So this is New Zealand dollar. I'm gonna bring British pound over here. Let me do intervals. Okay, so if you look at this, right, this is for those of you that will be interested in trading other currencies. Okay, this is for those of you that will be interested in trading other currencies. So if you look at this pair, look at the British pound and then look at the New Zealand dollar. Okay, what currency comes up when you pair these two? It's called GBP New Zealand. Okay, now why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because of this trend, this mega trend. Okay, every year it happens on a certain somewhere. Okay, now if you want to find it, this is what you have to do. You have to be looking at the currencies individually to see which one is weak and which one is strong. So I think this year so far, if I was to put it, let me put it on the monthly, because daily doesn't do a good job about it. Oops. Okay, so you can see that for the last 4 months, this pair 1, 2, 3, 4, we've been going down. If you look at the British pound, we've not actually been going down much. Okay, so that gives you what we call GBP New Zealand. Now if this one is showing strength and this one is showing weakness, this will be the British pound, this will be the New Zealand. So if you pair them, you're gonna get GBP New Zealand. So GBP New Zealand, based on what I'm showing you, will be bullish because British pound is stronger than this. Now, how do I know that? Okay, how do I know that? I know that because this is dropping, this one is not. This one is dropping, this one is not. And technically, if you look at the market structure, we took out this high and then we took out this low and then we pull back to a fair value gap and we are going down here. That is the New Zealand. Okay, but technically British pound is bullish. We took out this low, took out this high, and we're coming down to go up. So cross pair wise, this pair is stronger than that. So let's go and look at the pair. So the pair will be called GBP New Zealand. So if I put GBP NZD, you're gonna see that price is going higher. Okay, price is going higher. The reason why price is going higher is because these two pairs will form that pair, this GBP New Zealand, and you can know when it's gonna go up or down based on what these two currencies are doing. Okay, and every year when you do something like that, you might end up finding something similar to what you might find something similar to what gold is doing, because every year something like that happens on a currency. It can happen anywhere, but mostly currencies does much of it. So during October, November, December, these are the time of the year that I do that type of analysis, where I find one pair, okay, one pair that will give me something like that. So here you go. This is one of them. This is a weak pair. This is showing much weakness. Let's look at the Australian dollar. Australian dollar is also showing weakness, but it's not as weak as the New Zealand. The Australian is bearish also. We took out this high, we broke down, pull back, and we are going down here. Okay, so this one is also weak, similar to this, but in terms of magnitude of weakness, the New Zealand dollar is weaker than the Australian dollar. Okay, then we can go and check the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is weak. It's also weak. It couldn't even take out any high, so that one is weak. Compared to the New Zealand, they are both weak. So this pair, if you go and check New Zealand CAD, okay, because they give you New Zealand CAD. If you go and check New Zealand CAD, you see that price might be consolidating. It's not going anywhere because they are both weak. I wanna look at two more because I usually do this type of analysis every year. So let me just do it as I'm here with you all, and then yes, okay. So these are the other two currencies, which is the Japanese yen. So if you look at Japanese yen, it's not doing much, right? It's kind of consolidating. It's not bearish and it's not bullish, it's consolidating. So if I was to go on New Zealand yen right now, New Zealand yen will be dropping. If you want to confirm, let's go and see. Right, New Zealand yen is dropping, okay, because the yen is stronger than the New Zealand That is why this one is dropping. So here, that's a pullback to sell. That's a pullback to sell. This is a run on stop. So that's a good one. We're gonna go down here. Okay. And then let's look at the Swiss. Okay, so the Swiss is extremely bullish. Swiss is extremely bullish. I think I've missed a mega trade, right? So this is what we call a mega trade. Notice how this is going straight up since February. This has been going up, 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 and probably from April, which is here, from April, I'm just looking at the currencies, okay? From April, this candle, or let's say by the end of April, this candle here. Since then, the Swiss has become stronger than the New Zealand. So a pair like NZD-CHF, it will be dropping aggressively. It will be dropping. In my local language, it will be dropping. It will be dropping. Okay, because this is stronger than that. So if you go on to New Zealand Swiss, there you go. It will be dropping. So this will be a mega trade, basically. So since April, here, once we made this aggressive drop, this pullback, that's a mega trade. So it's similar to gold gold going up. Every single week you can look for a sell every single week. That's from April. So April, May, June, we dropped here, pullback, you sell, you sell, you sell. A normal pullback, we drop down, fair value gap, we pull back, you sell, you sell, you sell, and then last week we went up, we drop down, this week you sell. Okay, so that is how you find something similar to what the gold market is doing. Every single year something like that happens, and the way we find it is by looking at the futures market. So if you look at the futures market, futures currency, by the way, not any futures market, they're currencies, New Zealand futures. Okay, then you compare them. So you have euro, pound, Aussie, New Zealand, CAD, yen, Swiss. You compare them. Okay, in future I'll teach you how to know when the because you can know when one is stronger than the other. I know I'm just talking about it, but you can know when one is stronger than the other. It will show you based on the trend, because at some point there's going to be a switch. Okay, so let me talk about it, because like I said, I feel like talking today. So here, okay, you can see this went up. New Zealand went up. Pay attention to the line. You can see here we went up. This also went up. And then this came down. This also came down. And then it went up again. And this also went up. Then we came down. Then we went up. And then we came down. Now right in here is where price switched. Okay, right in here, that's when price switched. What happened? This decided to continue going down, whilst this decided not to go down. So if I go here, you see that we went down, went up, we went down, went up, we went down. Whilst this was doing all that down, up, this is not going down. Okay, this is going up. during that period, like for example this high to this low back here, when we came back into premium, when it came back to premium and we started going down, this August, yeah, second week of August is here. That's when your mega trend, that's when you get in, because at that point the market is showing you significant shift in terms of strength. This has become extremely weak, this one has become extremely strong. Then you go here and then you start selling. So since then you can sell and hold. So that's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks. That's 2 months. And I don't think it's done yet. This is gonna keep dropping. Like, let me go over to the 3 months chart. There's no end. Okay, it's all-time low, so it cannot keep dropping. Okay, so that's how you find something like what gold is doing. So it's not limited to gold, but every year there's a currency pair that does something like that, and it will do it towards the September, October, November, December period, because that's when we have mega trends. Okay, so during this period you can start doing this kind of analysis that I've just talked about, and you see that you find a pair, not every pair, but you find a pair that will give you this kind of movement. Okay, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't think that gold is easy to trade. It happens to have what I've just talked about here. Okay, so don't get twisted that gold is easy to trade. It's not. But when you have conditions like I've talked about, it's so easy to trade. Very, 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 very easy. You wake up, you wait for time of the day, you buy. You wake up, you wait for time of the day, you buy. Okay, if you go on to the daily time frame, if you wake up every single day and you bought, okay, look, for the last, let's say, 2 months, since August, if you wake up every single day and you bought, maybe you have 1 or 2, maximum 3 days where price will drop, but then it will continue. These drops are normal. It only comes back down to a fair value gap. I think I've been talking about it since it started anyway. We drop down to a fair value gap. All right, so here there's a chance that we might not continue going up. That's what I was gonna say. We might not continue going up today. That will lead to a potential pullback to a fair value gap going into next week. So this, and then depending on how we close today, this can also leave a gap here. Next week we will dip into one of them, and then we will resume going up again because price is bullish. Now at some point the weekly time frame will also print a pullback. Okay, I don't know when it's going to happen, but at some point the weekly time frame will also try and print a pullback. When that is happening, people are gonna lose money. Be careful that you don't fall into that. Okay, be careful you don't fall into that. So the best thing to do is, if price is dropping, for example as it's doing, you're gonna wait till time of the day, especially New York session, and you want to see a shift, because when it does it, you will see it. Okay, when it drops down and it's shifting, you see it. So if next week we open, which I think that will be the case, we're gonna drop. I don't know how far. It's not gonna break this down candle anyway, okay, because they'll protect this one. But I don't know how far it's gonna go. Maybe between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they will form a low somewhere. When that low is formed and is reversing, you will see it. That is when you engage again to go long. I don't think you should be, I don't think you're supposed to be going long today. It's Friday. I think they've placed in the high of the week because price never went down. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Price never went down. So this might be a high of the week and will not go up again. So don't be buying thinking that, today is going to go up. I don't think that will be the case. Okay, so be careful if you are buying, because we are extremely high. Okay, obviously I think the next upside objective is the 4,004, and then ultimately 4,005. Now I was watching a guy I went on TikTok on exploration, and I saw a guy saying that there's no way price is gonna get to 4,005, and I was thinking, dude, you don't control price. You don't control price. Why are you saying it cannot get to 4,005? Anyway, so the long story is, do not look for longs on gold today, because you might get punished for it. Let's go to crude oil. So crude oil, we also went down to the targets that I gave yesterday. Absolutely smashed it, and we continue going down. I think that 55.12 is the draw on liquidity. We probably will take it next week. Next week will be a move to the downside. Now let's go to the higher time frame, because we are bullish, but this is a pullback. So we took out this low and then we broke above this high, and we are pulling back. This is a breaker. This up candle, that is a breaker. We've come back to it, right? And since we've come back to it, this low here, once taken, we also have a fair value gap. So this is a strong area right in here. Okay, that's a strong area. So once this low is taken, there will be a potential shift. Now I think they are going to either manipulate once we go below this low, reject, come back up. So let me give you a scenario. We might do something like this. And go back up. And this will happen from 1st January 2026. Okay, the move to the upside will happen from January 2026. So between now and December, I think price will either keep dropping or it will consolidate, especially once they come for this low. Okay, we are heading towards November anyway, so the move to the upside always happens in January, and January to April, that is when crude oil goes up. Okay, January to April. So since we are coming into discount, which is this area, I'm waiting for that. Okay, I'm not interested. I think the sell has played out for some time. Maybe next week I'll try and get into attack this equal low, and then I'm done selling crude oil, and then I'll wait January, and then I'll buy in January. If price gives me the confirmation, I'll buy in January, and then I'll hold on to it to go up to April, because that's another mega trade. Mega trades happen on crude oil every year between January and April. Okay, so that is that. So next week we are looking for 55.12 as the drawn liquidity. Let's get rid of these. Okay, so next week we are looking for lower prices, and then after we take out 55.12, that is that, then we look for pause or consolidation. Okay, yes. So yesterday I got an entry, but I got stopped out. Okay, let me show you, because I left my entry, I think I spoke about it on the 15 minutes. Yes, here, that's where my entry was. It came straight down to it and then started rejecting. So I was happy we're gonna break this up candle and then go up, but it didn't happen, and it came and stopped me out. I think I left it overnight. I woke up and they've taken my position off. Okay, so I got hit, but it's still bullish anyway. So next week I'll start looking for a reversal or a movement back up again. I think I like this. So similar to what I was talking about on I think, which pair was I talking about it? Euro pound. Okay, so once we take out the low, we have the immediate close. This candle's high is not going to be traded to, so we can buy the very next candle. Stop loss, this equal high will be the drawn liquidity, and then we go up. Okay, so I'm waiting 49 minutes, this candle close. Once we close, that will create a potential buying opportunity, and then we buy to continue going up. Okay, so if if today was not Friday, then I would have bought right here. Maybe if today was a Wednesday, then we still have Thursday, Friday to go, I would have bought, but today is Friday, so not a good idea. And this is the example of the gap that I was talking about. Once we gap up, price is supposed to come back to the gap and then move higher. So that's an example of what I was talking about, the gap. We open and then we gapped up. This was Sunday, this was Friday, this was Monday or Sunday. We gapped up, price comes back and then go up, back again, and then rejecting. Okay, so that is that on the ES. Now let's go over to the cryptocurrencies, because Bitcoin has moved down, and I think I was given a narrative yesterday that if we come back here, I do not want to see them close below. I want them to reject and go back up. A closure below this low, listen closely, a closure below this low is a sign that we are going to go into a pullback if they close below this. I'll talk about that in future. So I teach confirmations. All right, when price is going up or down, there will be a confirmation that price is retracing. Now there's one specific type of confirmation, that is if that is what is happening, is this candle here. This candle, I said that since we took out this low, we are supposed to go up. That is usually the case. Now if that does not happen and they come back down and close aggressively below it, this is a strong sign of bearishness. I mean, not bearishness, but a reversal. So where did price started coming from? Here. Okay, price started coming up from here. Hence, this is going to cause, if, listen closely, if this week, not the daily, forget the daily, the weekly candle is what I'm talking about. If this week does not reject this low, it needs to reject it. Okay, if it does not reject it, because over the weekend cryptos still move, the cryptocurrencies move, so maybe I will not be around to tell you Saturday, Sunday what is happening, but between Saturday and Sunday, this candle's low, this low here, price must trade back above it. Okay, it must, absolutely must. If it closes like this, forget buying and then focus on selling, because it will create this as the range and price is going to come somewhere here. So we might be looking for maybe 90,000 as a retracement to continue going up, because on the monthly this will confirm a swing high and this is the swing low. We made a new high over here, so that's confirmation we are bullish. It's going to come to a discount to find the order block or the fair value gap to continue going up. Okay, so if we don't reject that low that I'm pointing to, then that is what is going to happen. So you can focus on selling. You're going to ignore buying and focus on selling if you are trading it. But if you are an investor who, even if you're an investor, you can still sell and hold. You don't always have to necessarily buy and hold. There's the traders on crypto have created a notion that you can only buy and hold if it's going up. That's false. You can sell and hold as well. You don't have to always buy and hold. You can sell and hold. So you can sell, hold it to go to where I'm pointing to, and then you close it, and then you look for a buy here, and then you hold it to go up. Okay, so with that narrative, that will affect all the currency the cryptocurrencies. So see Bitcoin as similar to dollar. Okay, so whatever happened, it will ripple effect on the others. So dollar goes up, everything goes down. Bitcoin goes down, everything goes down. Bitcoin goes up, everything goes up. So if the narrative that I'm giving currently, if it happens, then Ethereum is going to go down. It's going to come somewhere here. Same thing. Look at the wick. We do not want to close below that. But if Bitcoin closes, Ethereum will go anyway. So everything is on Bitcoin right now. So if that happens, it doesn't change the bullishness. Okay, and this is sometimes hard for newbies to swallow, because maybe they bought up here because they're new. They bought up here and then now it's going down. I know a couple of people that sometimes they do that. Anyway, so Bitcoin closes the way I'm saying on the weekly. Ethereum, you want to sell, hold it to come somewhere here, 3004 area. Okay, Solana, same thing. It's gonna go down, probably even take out this low, but hopefully not. Okay, so I own Bitcoin for what the cryptos are gonna do. If Bitcoin closes, I think Solana will come. It will come for this low, definitely, and then maybe reject and go back up again. All right, so let's see how the week is gonna close. How that weekly candle closes will change everything. Ripple will probably come, but this week is too long for me. But it can come all the way down and take out that low and then reject. If Bitcoin closes bearish, Ripple can come all the way down. It will take time because the wick is so huge. It will take time, but it will eventually get there and then probably reject once we get below that low. Okay, and if that happens, like I said, focus on selling. Do not think of buying, because you don't only make money buying, you also make money selling. Hype will also come down. I think Hype has given a nice pattern. Let me remove all this. I will reanalyze it on Monday, depending on how the weekly candle on Bitcoin will close. But looking at what it's currently doing, it looks like we might be coming also down here. So let me extend this one up there. Yeah. So you can also look for sells. Again, be patient. Let the weekly candle close, because if it does not close, it will be just a reversal or stop run, a reject, and then go back up again. Now, looking at the daily, actually, let me go to the daily over here. Everything boils down to today. Okay, if today closes below, then I think the week will close below. So today will be a day to remember. If the day closes like this, it will continue going down, because it will mean they couldn't sweep the low. They couldn't take liquidity below the low. Now, what can change it is if the very next candle comes right back up again. The day can close below, but if the very next day, then which is tomorrow, Saturday, if that candle can come back up again, then they would have accumulated more below the low. Usually with accumulation, it doesn't have to close, it just needs to sweep it, like dip in, reject, and go fast like that. But if they close, sometimes they can be accumulating. It can be a trap. That trap traps those that think that if it closes below, then we will continue going down. Okay, it will trap them, and then we have an immediate close to go back up. But if we don't get that, if we close below and tomorrow does not immediately come back up, that's it, we are gonna go down. Okay, so that's your cue for Hype as well. Okay, and then finally AI16Z, that can also come all the way down to attack this low one more time. All right, that can come and attack this low one more time before, if we are gonna go up. Okay, so again, all eyes on Bitcoin. So I'll be actually watching it over the weekend and see what it's going to do. Chachki, that will probably go and take out this low. Definitely, if Bitcoin confirms we're going down, this is so easy for them to go and take out that low, and then we will see. Hopefully it will pull back and then go down, because if it goes down and Bitcoin keeps going down, this thing might go all the way back to the origin, which is somewhere here. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, because that's extreme case scenario. But if Bitcoin keeps going down, this low will be taken, and then I don't know how far low they can go, but yeah, it means that price doesn't have any support. We just have to wait for support to be built. All right, okay, so there you go. Today you're all blessed. I think I've gone extreme to give you a very detailed live session, which I've not done that in a very long time. So enjoy your weekend. I'll see you all. So let's go quickly back to this. Yes, enjoy your weekend. I'll see you all next week, Monday. Exciting times ahead. this next week is going to be fun. Like I'm seeing dollar index too. Okay, so next week's going to be fun. So I'll see you all Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Take care.